Hello， 大家好啊！歡迎翻到嚟我呢一個節目嘅尋找LEICA故事。我今次咧就嚟到呢個越南嘅胡志明市啊，西貢啊，遇到一位嘅攝影師。Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Lee Pruitt. I'm from Colorado in the United States. I'm also a longtime photographer. I've been shooting with Leica since 2002.
Okay.
So I've used lots of different cameras, but this one so far is my favorite one. I've shot a lot of different things, photojournalism, portraits, weddings. And I still do. I did an architecture shoot maybe a couple months ago. Used this 28mm lens, just a little bit tight, but I was able to do it.
Okay.
But probably I mostly love landscapes. I love just going out in the mountains of Colorado or rivers or canyons or wherever, but mostly it's in the mountains of Colorado. And just being out in the mountains and looking for things to photograph. It might be maybe an interesting rock in a stream, or a waterfall, or a really interesting stump, and I'll just spend time with that. Like sort of like a portrait session, but with a rock or with a tree or it sounds really silly, right? It totally sounds silly, but it's really kind of a little bit meditative, a little bit because our lives can be so busy. Being in the city, working, it's nice to just go out. For me, it's really nice to go out into nature, into the wilderness, into the mountains, and just find things to photograph and photograph them from different angles and just kind of just be out there, just kind of experience nature.
Cool. Yeah.
So that's probably one of my favorite types of photographies.
Why you are picking Leica as your main camera?
I first liked the quality of the image. It was very sharp. The lenses are incredibly sharp. I like the contrast and the color I was getting. I started out with a film camera, Leica M6.
Oh.
So I bought that used, and I had a Leica M8 digital camera, and now I have the M Type 240.
Okay.
So this is full frame. This is my first full frame digital camera.
It's your first full frame digital camera.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
I love it.
You love it? Yeah.
It's simple. It's the same. It's easy to use. The same as the Leica M6 that I bought many years ago. And I like the feel. It has a good feel. It has a good weight. So it's like mostly metal. I feel like I can hold it steady even at slow shutter speeds, down to maybe 1/4 of a second.
1/4 of a second.
Hand holding.
Okay.
And I just like the manual modes. I don't use auto modes. I don't use autofocus, which this doesn't have.
Yeah, of course, obviously.
Fully manual. So I really love the images I get from it, from the lenses. I feel like they're a pretty true representation of the scene that I was photographing.
I see. So now on the camera, what lens is it?
This is a 28 2.0.
28 2.0
Summicron.
So why you pick this lens?
I actually had a 28 2.8 Elmerit, I think. So, which I loved. I liked the focal length, like the 28, and it's the widest. The 28 is the widest lens you can use on this body without getting the extra viewfinder.
Oh, so it is about the viewfinder. How to say that?
Viewfinder.
The viewfinder frame line.
Right, the frame lines.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So when you look through the viewfinder here, you're seeing basically a 28mm lens perspective, field of view.
Yes.
And in there's 3 sets of 2 lines. So right now, if you look through here right now, you'll see the lines for a 28mm and a 90mm. Then another set is for the 50mm and 75mm lenses.
I see.
And then the third set is for a 35mm lens and 135. I like how smooth it is. The aperture ring is very smooth. The focusing ring is very smooth. It's very easy to use. It took me, when I bought the M6 in 2002, it took me maybe a couple of weeks of using it to get used to the focusing. It was the first rangefinder camera I ever used. So I was mostly using Nikon and Olympus before that. So it took a little while to get used to focusing, but once I got used to it, it was pretty quick. I was taking pictures with it just as I normally did, and then I started editing the photos. I wasn't looking for anything, I wasn't comparing anything, but as I was editing, I was starting to see details and color in the shadows I'd never seen before.
Okay.
I was like, oh wow, so that's what I can get from a lens like this. So it's a pretty expensive lens, but when I started seeing the images I was getting from it, I was like, wow, it was definitely worth it.
Okay.
And I hope to hold on to this lens for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So,
Leica for life.
Leica for life, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how about the other lens?
This is a 90 Elmerit 2.8.
Okay.
I think this was maybe made in the 1980s or 1990s. It's a fairly old lens. It does not have the 6-bit coding.
Oh, okay. So this one does not have the 6-bit code.
But I love it. It's a beautiful lens. It's still pretty fast. And they make a 90 Summicron now. But I think I'll hold on to this. I love the size. And right now, all three of these lenses take the same size filter, which is nice. So I only carry 3 extra filters, 2 neutral density and 1 circular polarizer.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool.
all of them are 46 millimeter. So yeah. Where it's nice that this whole setup is really small. I really don't think twice about carrying this body and 3 lenses out. You've probably noticed that I've covered up the logos.
Yeah.
Right? I love the Leica logo. Right? It's a beautiful logo, but for me, it's not about. It's not an accessory.
Showing off.
Yeah, it's not showing off. I like from my days of being a photojournalism student, I always try to be low key and blend into the background, and I've photographed many different things, and it's nice to not be noticed. It's just very quiet. It's another advantage of the Leica. It's a very quiet camera, and it's just and they make them. Some of the models are even quieter than this.
Yeah.
But it's not loud and big like an SLR. And I've had many Nikon cameras, and they're great. I still have my first Nikon camera that I bought in 1994.
Yeah, when I was small.
I was in high school. So, and they're great cameras. I love them. And the SLR cameras have lots of lenses and all kinds of accessories, but it's a lot to carry around. If I'm going out climbing, I'm carrying climbing gear. If I'm going out backpacking, I'm carrying camping equipment and food and water. Even going for a day hike in Colorado, I'm carrying some water and food and maybe a couple of extra jackets.
Yes.
Because the weather can change very quickly. So it's nice to have a small camera setup.
Yeah.
And I really won't think twice about taking this out on the street to take street photography. Maybe I have nothing in mind. I'm just going to take a camera with me. Whereas with a bigger setup, I might not take it out as much. So this I'll carry this more often than I would an SLR setup. So there's a better chance of me taking pictures.
Can you tell me more about the flash?
Yeah. Like I was saying, I was trying to use Nikon flashes with the Leica for a number of years, which even though they're very good flashes, they didn't work that well with the Leica camera. So I think it was 2 years ago I bought this little one, the SF40.
SF40? Yeah.
And I picked it because it's Leica, so I knew that it would work well with the Leica camera. So it has TTL.
Okay.
But it has, even though it's really small, it has a lot of the features of the big flashes. So you can bounce it, you can swing it.
Oh.
Yeah. You can swing it, you can bounce it behind you, like that. So yeah, you can bounce it behind you. It has a little bounce card here, diffuser. and also another diffuser. So I think this one would be for wide angle lenses especially. And this is just to diffuse the light. So yeah, and it had TTL, and set it on manual. It was just a pretty simple, versatile flash. And with the Nikon flashes, they're so big and bulky that it was just kind of awkward to hold the camera.
Yeah.
This is much easier. Also,
it looks nice.
Yeah, it looks nice. It's very simple and clean. Runs on 4 AA batteries. Whereas some flashes I've had in the past, with, the lithium batteries, or batteries that you can find in most of the places in the United States, but traveling to other countries, I knew that it might be hard to find.
Oh yeah.
But AA's I can find anywhere, so I knew that,
Cool.
So yeah, this works really well. I don't use it that often, but when I do need it, it's really handy to have.
Any tips for us about using the flash with Leica? Any tips? Pop quiz,
exactly, yeah. I don't use a flash that much, and I usually power it down as much as I can get away with. Just to have just a little extra light in there. Like I don't like to flood the subject with light.
Okay. So it's kind of a feel light.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like a field light. And another thing I've liked for years, and I did this with the Nikons, and you can set it on the camera. This is a very simple flash, and some of the settings are set in the camera. I pretty much always have my flash set at rear curtain sync. So something I like to do, like with dancing, maybe square dancing or people who are in motion, I like the rear curtain sync because it fires
when the
shutter is closed. Yeah, so you get that nice streak pattern, which is pretty neat. So I like that effect, and I've always, probably 98% of the time, have had my flashes set to rear curtain sync, just because I like that effect.
Okay.
Yeah, instead of the flash popping right when the curtain opens, the flash pops right when the curtain is closing.
I see.
So yeah, I like that effect. I've always used
Oh,
it. So
that's kind of your style about using the flash.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it looks horrible.
Yes.
But when it really works, it's a really neat image.
Okay.
Which I really like. So
cool.
So.
Okay, so thank you very much for your time.
Oh, you're welcome.
I really appreciate.
Yeah. I'm used to being behind the camera, not in front of the camera.
Okay. So get used to it.
Yeah, I'll get used to it, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
We're going to be famous someday.
Yeah.
But I hope not. I'm not trying to be famous.
Okay. And just enjoy taking pictures.
Yeah. So years ago I started carrying, a lot of people carry the camera around the necks, or maybe like this, but I figured out what works best for me is to carry a camera like this, so it's kind of tucked behind my back, and it's easy, like it's already ready to go. I just flip my wrist around like that, just in case it gets knocked loose. It's always, always in my hand. It's always wrapped around my arm. So, and then I can just flip it around like that, and just like that. So, yeah, it's just a habit. It takes an extra half a second or whatever, and it's secure. I know it's not going anywhere. Maybe I started doing this when I was climbing and up on a cliff. So sometimes I'm in boats, or on docks, around water. So it's just a habit of making sure my camera is secure. I always have it, so it won't fall anywhere. It won't go anywhere. So sometimes I wrap my hand around it an extra time. And for street photography, it's nice because if someone came along and hit my hand, I'm still holding it. So I've dropped a camera I think maybe once, but I'm usually very careful about that.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.